I'll ask you the question. Are the Habs a basement dweller in terms of this season? Are the Habs a basement dweller, a bubble team, a team in the middle of the pack, or are they a contender?
I think Montreal will be out of it by probably Christmas. Like, just playoff wise. I don't think they'll be at bottom because I think Detroit, like I said, they got Carey Price. They'll be better than Detroit, I think. I think they'll be better than Ottawa. There's a good chance they'll be better than the Islanders. I mean, Matt Barzal gets hurt or something, God forbid. That team's completely out of it. I mean, in the West, I think they're better than Vancouver. So, I mean, right there, you're in the bottom 5. So maybe, I don't know, Arizona, I think, is going to have a half-decent team. Minnesota,
I always end up thinking Arizona's going to have a half-decent team.
I know.
They suck still, but that's part of that losing culture thing.
That's right. Rantanen, I mean, he played really good, but I mean, can you really bank on him doing that again this year?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been a backup majority of his... Minnesota's a team just because of how stacked the Central is, and they're so old, and they just can't score goals or like depend on it.
Yeah.
So I don't think Montreal's going to be, bottom 1, 2, or 3. I think that's already... But I think they'll be out of it just because of some fact. I mean, I don't think they're headed to Leafs, obviously, Tampa, obviously, Florida, and the Bruins. I don't think they can beat those 4 teams right there.
But can they stay in the race with them for most of the season?
I don't think so. Even for a second wild card, I mean, you're asking them to contend with Philly, Boston, the Rangers, New Jersey. I mean, maybe Christmas is too harsh because, like I said, Carey could steal games.
Yeah.
But I think you'll see their name off the TSN, standings of teams still later or earlier in the year than expected, maybe than some people. But I don't think they're going to be a cellular dealer with Carey Price. I don't think they're going to be. And that's one thing I will give the Habs. It's not like they don't have NHL players. They have. Their whole team is NHL players. They're just more or less bottom 6 NHL players. So, yeah, I don't think they're last place team. I don't think they're in the bottom 3. They might not even be in the bottom 5 in the NHL. And because injuries can happen to teams. Yeah. But I don't think.
Yeah, I certainly don't think they're bottoming out at all.
No.
And people sitting around expecting us to get a top 5 pick, I think, are going to be disappointed. The team's just not built for that. You can easily look at last season and go, oh, they finished third last season. It's just going to happen again this season. But everything went wrong. Everything went wrong, not only with injuries, but just their best players had their worst seasons all at the same time. So it was just a bunch of stuff went wrong, and I don't think last season represented what they really are. I mean, the year prior to that, with the only major differences being Radulov and Markov, they won the division. So the following year, you lose Radulov and Markov, and you bottom out. I think they've improved since then. So I think I think really what they are lies somewhere in the middle of that.
I don't know how they're going to. I don't know how they're going to score goals. Just because I know Max Domi's always been a playmaker. Even when he put up,
he is.
So I don't know who. Because you can be a hell of a playmaker. You still need to shoot it, give the puck to, unless you're someone just on a whole new level like Chris Kunitz with Crosby and stuff like that. You still need somebody who's going to shoot the puck.
Yeah.
I don't know how this team is going to score goals. They're going to have a really good power play. They're going to have
That is exactly it.
Really
That's
really
exactly
good power
it.
play.
That's one of the keys to the season next year, which I'm going to be mentioning in that video and doing later, is having a good power play.
Yeah.
That has to be the key. And then 5-on-5, being responsible 5-on-5, and having a much improved PK.
Yeah.
They can even live if the 5-on-5 is so-so, but they need to have special teams. Needs to be highly improved PK and penalty.
Well, they're going to have to be really good in their own zone because it's going to be hard for them to just off their. They're not too many times off face off. They're going to be starting with the puck, so they're going to have to be very very well structured in their own zone. And we look at the Montreal Canadiens, and even last year we looked at them, and you still don't factor in Weber is going to play this year.
Yeah,
he is going to come back. What, December?
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah,
maybe earlier.
Yeah, so either you are going to get him back.
Yeah.
We know what Petrie is, so. Their defense?
So if you look at their roster, we start with their defense. You got Shea Weber, number 1.
Yeah.
Jeff Petrie, be generous to say, he's number 3. So they're missing a number 2 and a number 4. So who can fill those roles? They're looking at Mike Riley right now, Victor Mete, and Noah Juleson. Out of those 3, 2 of them have to be NHL top 4 defenders.
And that's the thing. If I'm Montreal right now, I think I give Juleson the biggest look.
Yeah.
Just because of his age. I mean, Riley, he was a huge, like, everybody wanted him out of college.
Yeah.
He went to Minnesota. I forget who drafted him, I think. I don't know.
And he has had an incredible preseason.
Yes.
He did not get, I don't know what the situation was in Minnesota.
Well, they're just loaded on defense.
Yeah, so he wasn't getting ice time at all. He was very good for us at the end of last season, and he's looked really good at the start of like this whole preseason.
Yeah, everybody wanted him a couple of years ago, and he went to Minnesota.
I don't see him make mistakes defensively that often. He's a great skater, and he has a good offensive mind. And him and Duran are already starting to click. It's kind of interesting. He is obviously I have Mete and Juleson. I'm hoping they can take step forwards, but because they're so young, you can't just say they're top fours right away.
Oh, no.
But because of the age where Mike Riley is, I think he's 25 or 26, he's the guy who I'm looking at to really take one of those top four roles in Montreal. And that'll be a key to the season, too.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing with them, too. I mean, you can fluctuate them with your just, keep on moving them around, moving in pieces. I mean, especially that's one good thing with being a team like that. You can... Claude Julien can get creative and try a lot of different things. A lot of different things.
And they didn't score goals last year, but part of that is you're missing Shea Weber, who is one of your goal scorers.
Yeah, I know, but now you're taking Pacioretty and Galchenyuk out.
Yeah. Now, people want to say, oh, you're losing Galchenyuk's goals, but I mean, he scored the 30 once. Other than that, he's been sub-20s.
Yeah, the thing is with him is he's still... He was just... In Montreal, I don't think... And I mean, it looks like in Arizona, before he got hurt, they said they were going to try him at center, too. Yeah. I didn't understand that.
No.
But I mean, he's just one of those guys I think you chuck on the wing, you let him do his own thing. You know you're not going to get a crazy defensive effort from him, but that's why you don't play him at center, so he has to go below his goal line.
But as long as he has playmakers to complement him, which he didn't have in Montreal.
Because the kid can shoot the goddamn puck.
Yeah, he will finish plays on his off wing. So, yeah, they are losing that.
And I think Pacioretty, he had such a bad year last year, but...
Another reason why we didn't score goals.
He's a hell of a hockey player.
He is, yes.
He's a hell of a player. Like, kills penalties. He has a hell of a shot. I mean, you lose... you lose his goals and you lose Galchenyuk's goals.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, you bring in Domi, assist more or less.
Yeah. But we need that. The Habs are lacking playmakers desperately.
And Thomas Tatar, I mean, you got to hope that he'll get every opportunity to succeed in Montreal anyway.
Yeah.
Not like Vegas.
The way I look at it is you got Thomas Tatar, in terms of this season, to replace Pacioretty's goals, you have to hope that Thomas Tatar gets his 20, which he's had in the last 4 seasons.
Yep.
And then you have to hope Arturi Lehkonen can hit the 20 that he hit in his
and they're
rookie
waiting on
season.
him.
Yeah. So that is key. The Habs have a couple different young players who, if we're going to score goals... Yeah, Shearback. If we're going to score goals... It's because the young players finally start to reach their potential. Not their full potential, but they actually start to make strides. Yep. Like, Drouin is not a 45-point player, and if he is, that's an absolutely god-awful trade. I don't think he is. I think he has, like, incredible ceiling that he hasn't reached yet, but he's got to start improving. He's got to start showing it.
I think he's one of those guys who he can put up points, but he needs the players around him.
Yeah.
Like, even when we watched him here with the Mooseheads.
Well, him and Pacioretty didn't click at all.
Yeah, and he's not going to be the guy who's going to go get the puck himself.
No.
Like, if you get him the puck, he's going to make magic. But somebody has to go get him the stuff.
And Pacioretty's not going to retrieve pucks either.
Yeah, so. Right? You have to have those stuff. I mean, Mike Babcock said it best when he had Datsuk. Like, why do you play some guys with Datsuk? And like Datsuk told him, he goes, I want the puck.
Yeah.
These other guys, they'll give me the puck, right?
Yeah.
Like Hyman playing with Matthews the last 2 years. Hyman gets Matthews the puck because Matthews was the puck. Hyman doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Right? So